welcome to my channel. This is the official Jules channel. Literally, we're going to be getting into some things. Story times. Get ready with me. Go shopping with me. Go grocery shopping with me. Everything. This is my very first video, so you already know what that means. After this, it's bangers and bangers and bangers and bangers. We almost up to 300 followers, so we just got to get there. But we're going to keep climbing and climbing and climbing. And I'm going to take y'all on the journey with me. I'm going to be real transparent. I'm going to tell you how it is, how I feel, everything, okay? Literally, everything. So, come on along, strap up, let's get into the story time for today. I'm sure by the title, you can already know what the story time is about. It's about the time I got kidnapped. I'm finally open to, talking about it and getting it off my chest. But for a while, I was really, paranoid. I was scared. I didn't know what to do. It was a lot. But we're going to get into it. Like, some stuff that I haven't told anyone, I'm finally free to tell everyone now, if you get it. Okay? So, the incident happened on October 1st. I went to go meet up with this guy. So, I met this guy to buy something from him. And when I got there, I had this gut feeling that something was wrong. Literally wrong. I don't know what it was, but I think it was God trying to tell me hey, this don't feel right. And the funny thing about it is because before I even pulled up, I was like, God, please tell me if something is wrong. Tell me something. And I guess that was him letting me know something's wrong. I don't think you should go here. But I still went. I still, proceeded to go to meet this guy to buy something from him. But mind you, before I even was supposed to meet him, he was already following me on Instagram. He was already, inboxing me and stuff like that, because one of my businesses that I have is, creating legit businesses. I can, LLCs, nonprofits, corporations, all of that type of stuff I know how to do. So he was already hitting me up about getting his clothing line, LLC. So back to the date of October 1st. So when I get there, I pull up. He's like, hold on. My man's got to go get the product. I'm going to leave the product. So, So he said, I'm going to get the product. As I'm like, okay, cool. Not thinking why would your mans have your product, But anyways, so I go ahead and along, I'm sitting there, and I go to look down at my phone, literally look down. As I look down at my phone, I look back up, I look to the left, because I'm in the driver's seat. I look to the left, it's his homeboy, and his homeboy got a gun like this at my head. So one right here, and then I go look to the right, and he has a gun to my head like this. So at that point, I'm scared. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? What's going on? So he yeah, we're going to take you for a ride. We're going to take you for a ride. And so I'm automatically thinking oh, they want to rob me. That's what it is. They tell me get in the back, and they get in the driver's seat. From there, they took me to Bank of America, because that's the bank that I was with at the time. They took me to Bank of America. He took my wallet from me to Bank of America and tried to go up to the ATM machine. Clue number one, dumb criminal. Okay? Let's keep that in mind. From that point, he then comes back why don't your pen work? Why don't your pen work? Why don't your pen work? I'm like, I don't know. That's my pen. That's what I use. I don't know what to tell you. So then he okay, we're going to go to another one. We're going to go to another one. So 5-10 minutes away, there was another Bank of America. So we go to that Bank of America. He goes there. He goes through the drive-thru at this point. We're at the drive-thru.
Pen's still not working. Pen's still not working.
So he I think you playing with me. Da, 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 da. You need to call Bank of America and reset your PIN. You dumb criminal. So he then goes into the parking lot. And as we're in the parking lot, we're sitting there. He's like, yeah, you need to call Bank of America. So I get on the phone with Bank of America. The lady comes on. I'm like, how you doing? I need to, change my PIN because it's not working. So the lady's like, well, we can't do that over the phone, but we can send you a PIN in the mail. And of course, they didn't want to wait for that. Why would they wait for a pen to come in the mail? They're trying to get the money now. So then he's like, you know what? Okay, bet. So use your card and buy everything on my website right now. 3. Another dumb. So I'm like, okay. So at the time of this whole incident, I had, I think I want to say $2,100 in my account. So he made $100 worth of clothes.
$2,100 worth of clothes.
So after that, I'm like, can you just let me go? I got a little brother, and, I just, you can take everything you want. You can take the car, you can take the wallet, you can take everything. Just let me go. So he was like, man, I don't give a fuck about that, baby. Going really insane. He was really crazy. You understand? So the whole timing of that, then we go to, he went to go pick up a homeboy. So as he go pick up the homeboy, I'm thinking, okay, they're either gonna beat me up, kill me, something. I don't know. So as I'm in the back, a homeboy gets in the back with me. Mind you, this is a two-door. He had to put the seat down for him to come climb in the back. So the whole time I'm in the back, they then proceeded to give me a shirt to cover my head, I guess, so I wouldn't know where I was at. But the whole time that I'm under the jacket, I'm like peeking under it, like looking under, like to see where was I at, where I'm at, everything like that. So this whole time, all of them have on masks, all of them have on like tinted glasses, so on, so on. So we then go to like this alleyway. When we get in the alleyway, we're sitting there. At this point, it's just me and the guy that I was supposed to meet up with, okay? So as I'm in the car, I'm saying to him, I'm like, can you just let me go? You could take everything. I don't really want it. You could just take it. I don't care about it. I just don't want it. I'm scared. Like, just let me go. So then he says something like, I want to let you go, but the people in the car behind me want to kill you because they think you're going to snitch. So I'm like, I won't even tell. Like, just let me go. You can have the car, the phones, the money, all of it. You can have it. Just take it. I don't want it. Just take it. I'd rather my life than, objects, so, because objects can be replaced. So I then say to him, I'm like, okay, if you give me my phone, I can, get some more money for you. I know I have another bank account. I can get you some more money, but I was lying. I was, I was doing everything in my power to get out of this car so I can make it alive. So then he's like, okay, here. He hands me my phone. The whole time as I got my phone, he's looking at the phone to make sure I'm not calling nobody, texting nobody, nothing. So, that being that. So then like 5-10 minutes later go by, and he says, okay, never mind. So I'm like, it's no connection back in these alleyways. You got to go into front of a house. It's my plan of getting out of this alleyway because I know what happens in alleyways. I know, it's nobody back there that can see me. It's nobody that's back there that can help me. So he agrees to take me out of the alleyway. So then we pull up in front of a house because I'm like, I need to get some Wi-Fi. I need to get something because my phone's going slow. So he's like, okay, cool. So I'm like, okay, I can finally get him to like a street. So that way, if anything goes down, somebody will hear something, see something, you understand, and call the police. So the whole time of us, going to the main street, I'm like, yeah, I think I got some money for you. I can get another bank account and then we could do it that way. So he like, okay, cool. So we finally get to another street. He finally parks. So as we're parked, I guess I was taking too long to try to get the money. So he then took the phone away from me. As we're sitting there, he says to me, yeah, I hope you ain't gonna think about snitch, because if you snitch, you better tell the right story. Da, 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 da. Basically was like lining me up in case I did tell the police, but to like scare me, because he did like in the beginning told me like, yeah, we got people going in your house and whoever comes out, we killing, da da da, all of that type of stuff. So at that point, I'm really scared. So I'm like, okay, wasn't even gonna really tell. So he had coerced me into saying this and this and that. So like after that little conversation with him after the conversation, we sat there and I'm like, I have to pee really badly. Like I'm shooken, I have to pee, everything like that. So he then says, pee in his can. It was literally a can soda about this size. I'm like, I can't pee in that. I'm gonna pee everywhere. Like that doesn't even make sense. So he then says, okay, get up the front, lean over, not get out the car, but lean over to pee. I'm like, I'm gonna pee on myself. Make it make sense. How? So he's like, okay, open the door. If you try anything, I'm gonna shoot you in your butt. So I'm like, I'm not gonna try nothing. Then as I'm standing there, he's on the phone, but he has a gun pointed directly to my butt, literally directly to my butt. So he's looking down, but still watching me, looking down, still watching me. So I'm standing there trying to make myself pee, because that was my whole plan. I needed to get out of the car. I didn't care how I got out, but I needed to get out. So my whole plan was to act like I had to pee, to try to alert somebody, yeah. So as I'm standing there peeing, I'm thinking in my head, like, God, if I don't get out of this car, it's a chance that I can die. Literally, I can die. And I just don't want to die. This is not my plan of dying. Not by no gun, by not no kidnapper, nothing like it. You understand? So, as I'm standing there, I'm still talking to God. I'm like, God, what to do, what to do, what to do. So, something in my head just like kicked in. I slammed the door and I just started running. I started running. I'm like, not even looking back. I don't know if he was chasing me. I don't know if he had a gun pointed to me to try to shoot. I don't know. I just ran. I just ran. So as I'm running, I get like a block or two over and I go in the back because I didn't want him to see me in front of somebody's house because it's plain day. In the back of their alleys, it's like, yeah. So I'm banging on people's door, boom, boom, boom. Then I would jump a fence, bang on that person, boom, 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 jump over their fence, boom, 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 jump over their fence, boom, 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 until someone finally answered. So eventually an older lady answers the door and I'm like, can I please come in? Somebody just kidnapped me, help me at gunpoint. Da da da. I think they're following me. I don't know where they are, but I'm scared. I was shaking, everything. Everything was so, like I was traumatized. I literally was traumatized to the point where it was like I couldn't stop shaking. I just could not stop shaking. So, mind you, I was already scared. He had already coerced me into saying what to say and all that. So at this point, I'm scared. I don't even know what to tell the police because he already said he was going to go to my house and shoot anybody that came out the doors. So you got to think of, me personally, I was thinking of those that I live with because I don't have a phone. I don't have anything to contact them to let them know like, hey, I was kidnapped, had a gunpoint. None of that. I didn't know, So then as, waiting for the police to get there, I tell them what he told me to tell them, which I shouldn't have because now it looks like I'm lying and stuff like that once they eventually found out what was really happening. So I told them that I do regret lying to the police about what originally happened, but I had to think about my family, my little brother, my peoples in my house. I had to think about them. So the police gets there. I told them the story. Then we eventually go to a precinct. We go to the precinct. I get interviewed. Then they took me to another precinct. So at this point, I have been to 2 precincts. I go to the second precinct, and as I'm there, the detectives come in and they ask me why did I lie to the police. I told them, da da da. So then they were like, "Are you sure it wasn't for drugs or anything like that?" This and that. I'm like, "No, it was never drugs. It was never drugs. I swear to you, it was never, ever, ever drugs." I went to buy a product, a sweatsuit, literally the same sweatsuits that he ordered from his website is what I went to go pick up because he told me that he wasn't shipping right away, but I could pick the sweatsuit up. Okay. So from there on out, they're questioning me. They're asking my people because my people eventually come because I get in contact with them. They ask them like, are you sure it wasn't about drugs? This and that. They like, no, he don't even do drugs. So like, it couldn't have been that. You understand? So that goes by the next day, which is October 2nd. October 2nd comes, and the detective had told me that night, like, he was going to pick me up the next day so that we could go over some pictures and do stuff like that to identify who it was and stuff like that. Mind you, I had already told the detectives, like, I already knew who it was. I knew who it was. So why am I going to, like, a person to draw a picture when I can just show you who he is? So he said by law they're not allowed to do that. I don't know the truth of that. But anyways, October 2nd comes. I hadn't talked to the detective not once, not twice, not 3 times. I called them and they were like, oh, well, he's out for the week, da-da-da-da-da. So I'm sitting thinking like, so why would he tell me he's picking me up if he's out for the week? That makes no sense at all. Like, it's stupid. So after hearing that, so October 3rd goes, still no word. This happened on a Friday. Saturday goes, Sunday goes, nothing. So by the 4th, I still hadn't heard anything. But let me rewind. On October 3rd, I had texted the guy that kidnapped me because I had his number. I had everything because we were meeting up for something. You understand? So, hold on. Let me go to it. So, I text him from a Text Plus number because, mind you, he still has my phone. He has everything like it. I text him because at this point, I did not want to go to the police because I didn't want them to, try to retaliate or, because they still hadn't caught this guy. He still was on the loose. They didn't do anything about it. I didn't have no type of protection, no witness protection, no nothing, literally nothing. Baltimore City Police is horrible. Like, I had nothing. This guy was still on the loose. He had my license, my bank cards. He had everything to know where I lived at. You understand? But they did nothing. So I texted him and I said, you want to tell me where my car is? That's the only thing that I was worried about was my car. I hadn't had my car for a month. I had literally bought my car probably like 2 to 3 weeks prior. I hadn't had my car for a month, okay? So he texted me back. He said, who's this? So then I replied back with, cut the shit. I'm going to blank the word out, his name, where my car at. I ain't even trying to do all of that. Where's my car at? And I said, you have until 2 o'clock to tell me where my car at. Or all your information, your baby mother's name, because I had did my research. Trust me, I did my research. Once I figured out his name and everything like that, I did my research. I said address, all of that, I'm going to give up. Then he said, who the TF is this? And then I replied, like I said, blank, blank, you have until 2 o'clock. He texts back and says, what's my address? And I said, 2 o'clock. I'm trying to be cool about it because I know you got a daughter, which is a newborn. Where's my car? He then proceeds to call me, okay? He calls me. I didn't answer. Then I text him. I said, you have 15 minutes. Then I said, damn, I would hate for blank, which was his baby mother's name, to lose her daughter over you not telling me where my car is at. And then I said, you have until 2 o'clock. You making it worse on yourself. Literally, all I wanted was my car. He could have parked my car somewhere, left the keys in it. I didn't really care. I just wanted my car back because that was something that I had saved up for and I wanted, and I needed my car. You understand? So then he stopped responding. Then on, I want to say like the end of October. So a whole month have gone past without them arresting him, going to where he's at. Mind you, he's on probation. After I found out all the information about it, he's on probation. He, like, everything about him was like, you know, he's a criminal. He shouldn't even be out. And I'm going to get into his past in a little bit. So I then go October 4th to go press charges. I went downtown. I was so petrified. Oh my gosh. I was so petrified to even go downtown to even file charges because I've heard of stories of people going to go file charges and when they come out, they end up dead because the person knows that they're going to file charges and they kill them, you know, so that they can't tell. So, you know, I was scared about that. So I went to go do that. Like, I want to say like a week or two later from the 4th, October 4th, the detective calls me. He's like, did you go downtown and file charges? I said, yeah, I did because you guys were no help. I didn't have anyone, you know, to help me out. I didn't, you know, y'all left me unprotected. This guy knows where I live at. It got so bad to where I didn't even, you know, feel safe. I had to put a couch at my front door and like catacorn it so that if somebody was to push the door, it would get jammed because the couch is right there. So this is my door. The couch was like this because I had a wall right here. So, you know, so yeah. So besides that, so it got so bad to the point where I had to, you know, like I said, I'm being transparent with you guys. I'm telling you the real tea. I'm telling you everything. I don't really care what people think and how they feel. I really don't care, but this is my truth. I want to speak out about it because it's been on my heart. I haven't even seen a therapist, and it's like, it's a lot, but I'm going to get into that. So it got so bad to the point where I didn't leave the house for, I didn't leave the house for 3 months. I stayed in the house for 3 months, literally. I stayed in the house for 3 months. It got to a point where I started taking sleeping medicine because I couldn't sleep. Like I got addicted to sleeping medicine. Literally, I got so addicted to the point where I took it every night, literally to go to sleep because I could not sleep. I was so scared. Every little noise, I was scared. I had to get camera systems installed into my house because I was so scared. Literally, I was so scared to the point where it was just like, how am I even going to cope with this? Like, it just really messed my mind up to the point where, like, I can't trust anybody, you know, like, I can't do nothing. It's like, you know, yeah, I felt really, you know, unprotected, nothing. Even the camera systems, it gave me a little bit of relief, but it wasn't enough to make, like, say, like, oh, yeah, you're safe, no, but nothing can happen to you, you understand? So it got to a point, even when I had to reach out to my landlord, like, and explain to her, like, exactly what was going on. Like, I just didn't feel safe. She even allowed me to stay at another rental that she had, which was an actual house, so that I could be comfortable, because he knew that address. They moved me to another address, which was a house, and it was much bigger. So that I appreciate my landlord for. But I think I want to say at the end of October, they arrested him. Still haven't found my car, nothing like that. So I want to say like the second week of November comes, I get a call from the detective. Hey, Mr. We found your car. So I go and get my car, and I'm going to put pictures up of how my car was totaled, how everything was wrecked right here. This is how my car looked, and this is not how my car looked when he took it. This is not my car. Literally, this is not my car. You totaled my car. Literally totaled it. Like, this was, it was like, why? Why would you total my car? So now I'm really going to, like, go for death with you. Like, you're really going to jail at this point, because why would you total my car like that? Why? So I have all my receipts. I have everything. This right here, if you guys can see, this is my receipt from buying my car. My car was $4,400. Okay. My car was $4,400. So not only that, I had to go and get a police report. They claimed it as armed robbery, but that's not armed robbery. That's kidnapping, because I was with them for 4 hours. It just happened at 12. I didn't get away till like 4:30, 5 o'clock. So this was like 4.5 hours that I was with them. That's kidnap. That's abduction at this point. So it just was like, why? Like, I just didn't understand it. I just was like, you can take the money, you can take everything. Just take it. I didn't care about it. You understand? So I want to say this whole process and like situation has really like taught me not to like really put my trust in a lot of people, to like not even like really, I don't even know. I don't even go outside anymore, because it's just like, why me? After I pleaded with you, take the money, take the car, everything. Why did you have to do it to me? You understand? So yeah, that's just the whole story. I eventually found out a month or two after that he had done this to someone else. He had killed someone before. He stabbed a man really badly. And this is like, it's been a frequent thing, so this is not something that's new. And it's just like, are you serious, really? You didn't learn the first time you went to jail over this? Like, you really didn't learn your lesson. You just didn't. And I recently reached out to the victim's mom recently. She lost her son because of him. And I basically told her, and I was like, I am going to do everything I can to, get this guy off the street, because you lost your son. I was luckily able to get away from him. Luckily, literally by the skin of my teeth, I was able to get away from him. If it wasn't for that, I would have been killed somewhere, literally. So, I wanted to make this video to like, just express myself, how I felt, what I went through, and, just try to get it off my chest, because it's been on my chest. It's been a heavy thing on my chest. And I just, want to get it off get it off, brush it off, let it free, So, he still hasn't been prosecuted yet. He's still in jail. Court keeps getting delayed. I'm assuming due to COVID, but I just, it really effed my brain up, literally, a lot. I don't go places without anyone. I have to have someone with me. I don't even go in Baltimore City anymore, because it's like, it has me petrified to even go in Baltimore City, because it's like, it's always something going on, literally, so it's like, I don't even know. So that's my story of how I got kidnapped and how I overcame it. Well, how I'm still overcoming it, really. I haven't even really overcame it, really. You understand? So that's my truth about my kidnapping story. Please make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. Leave some comments. Leave some topics below. Below in the comments, So leave some topics below that I can go over. Maybe do some mukbangs, do some hauls, anything. Let me know in the comments. I'm here to please you, okay? But thank you for listening to my story. Can't wait to see you guys on the next video.